Hey everybody, welcome to Cara's Cucina, YouTube's first and only Emmy-nominated cooking show. I'm Cara Di Falco. Today I'm going to show you a really simple, fun recipe to make at home. We are going to make fresh ricotta cheese. Homemade ricotta is really simple to make, really easy, just a handful of ingredients and so delicious. You won't even believe the flavor. You do, however, need a handful of things that most people should have in their kitchens, but just in case, we are going to be using a fine mesh strainer, so that's the one that's really thin like this. You don't want the one with the big holes. We're just going to set that over a bowl. And then we're also using cheesecloth, and you can find this in any grocery store. They have it out there. So we're going to actually open this up and double line our strainer with our cheesecloth as well. And then once we have this all set up, we can just set this aside for now. Now in our pan, I'm actually gonna make a half portion just to show you guys so I can, the recipe you get online is going to be double this. But in our pan, we are going to heat up 2 cups of whole milk with about 1/3 cup of heavy cream. And we're just gonna add to this a pinch of salt. And we wanna let this come to a boil. Now you do just wanna watch it and kind of stay over the pan because milk will, once it starts to boil, it kind of gets really voluminous and bubbly really quickly and it can boil over. So you want to put it in kind of an extra big pot and just kind of hang around and make sure you're keeping an eye on it. And then just stir it every once in a while to make sure as it starts to heat up, some of the milk is going to stick to the side of the pan. So you just want to scrape that off and make sure none of it scorches. So again, we're going to let this come up to a boil. Okay, we can see our milk is boiling. Actually just lowered the heat a little bit because it already started to rise up. So at this point, we are going to add in the juice of about half a lemon. And this is where I don't give you an exact measurement and there's reasons for it. The acidity in lemons is always different. The amount of juice that you get out of a lemon is always a little bit different. And you really kind of just want to do this by eye. So basically our goal is to curdle the milk at this point. So we're going to just add in a little bit of lemon juice, stir, and we're going to lower our heat to low. And we're just gonna kind of keep an eye on the mixture. It's probably gonna need a little more. And you're gonna see the curds of cheese start to form. We're gonna let this go for about 2 minutes, just kind of gently stirring. So again, it's gonna depend. You wanna keep an eye on it. We can start to see, there it goes. It's starting to solidify into pieces. We've got a more clear liquid. Just needed that last little bit. So that's why I say juice about half a lemon, eyeball it. This is what you want it to be doing. Start to come apart like that. Make sure you keep scraping your sides as best you can. And just give it those 2 minutes to kind of curdle and start to come together. I do hate that word, but that is what we're doing. And so ricotta in Italian actually means recooked, and that's actually how this cheese originally came about. When they would make other cheeses, they would then recook the remaining milk and do this and get ricotta out of it. So everything always kind of being reused. In this case, obviously we're starting with fresh milk, fresh cream. You could reuse the liquid that drains off of this if you're a very homemaker kind of person. If you bake your own bread, substitute the water in the bread recipe with the liquid that you drain off the cheese, and it can technically be reused. So this looks like it's pretty good at this point. So we're gonna take it off the heat and we're gonna pour it into our prepared bowl with our cheesecloth. Get all that good stuff out of there. Make sure we're not missing anything. We're gonna let this sit and strain for about 20 minutes. And again, this is a texture preference. If you want it to be a little thicker, you can strain it a little bit longer. It'll be less liquidy. If you want it to be a little bit softer, runnier, the way some people know ricotta, you can let it sit for closer to 15 minutes and it'll have more liquid in it. Once you've drained your ricotta, you can store it in the refrigerator for about 2 or 3 days. Use it in all kinds of things. My favorite, I love to spread it on toast with some lemon zest and honey. You can put it into pancakes. You can Eat it straight out of the bowl, quite frankly. It's awesome, drizzled again with either some honey or a little bit of olive oil. Guys, you can get the recipe at the link below or at caradifalco.com. You can find me at Cara Di Falco, Facebook and Instagram. And of course, here on this channel, we encourage everyday people to live healthier by inspiring them to cook delicious food at home. I'll see you guys next time. Bon appetit.